And a very good morning. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀ níbi tí ẹ bá ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì wa tí a ń pè ní Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. 4:22 a.m. all the way from Africa níbi tí transmission wa ti ń jáde ní àárọ̀ yìí, Saturday, and we are grateful to be alive and to continue the quest and the campaign for self-determination. Bí ẹ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, èní ní day 46 as the campaign continue and as we take it from one end to the other. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ tún káàbọ̀ sí iléeṣẹ́ wa tí a ti ń gbé campaign Yorùbá Nation jáde. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹ ti ṣe mọ̀ ní ìkànnì wa, bí mo ṣe sọ, èní ní 26 July 2025 and aago 4:00 òun ni ó fẹ́ lù. Láìpẹ́ yìí a máa gbọ́ pé wọ́n á máa pe ìrun àsùbá. Everywhere is quiet outside, pitch dark, but a dúpẹ́ f'Ọlọ́run pé the campaign and the struggle for kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró ó ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú. Mo ní bẹ́yìn bá ti ń sùn, èmi á máa jí yín torí pé ibi tí a wà lénìí àti ibi tá à ń lọ kò jìnnà mọ́, àmọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n mọ ohun tó ń bọ̀, àwọn ni a gbọ́dọ̀ tètè máa sọ fún. Bí mo ti ṣe sọ, day 46 la wà lénìí lórí ìrìn àjò campaign tí à ń bá lọ, day 46, and I believe we should be right with that. Mo kí wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀ bí ẹ ṣe ń wọlé lọ́tùn lósì. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ lẹ máa bá wa pàdé, orúkọ mi ò tí yí padà, OLAYOMI KOIKI, tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Koikimedia, ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń wo èní àtọ̀la, and we are worried, we are concerned pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn ń sùn, wọn ò mọ ohun tó ń bọ̀ torí àwọn tí wọ́n ń bọ̀ wọ́n ti súnmọ́ wa pẹ́kípẹ́kí. Ó wá kù sémi, ó kù sẹ́yìn lọ́wọ́ láti lè ṣe gbogbo tó bá tọ́, tó bá yẹ kí ìran Yorùbá kó sì lè wà láti lè jẹ́ existence. Mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí arúgbólé, mo kí ẹni tó fẹ́ àtẹni tó fẹ́ Yorùbá Nation. Day 46, Yorùbá Nation Mega Rally continue. Bí ẹ ṣe ń wọlé, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ fẹ́ni tí kò sí nínú yàrá pé kó darapọ̀ mọ́ wa kí wọ́n tún wá gbọ́ the international media tó lè connect Yorùbá Nation with the global world pẹ̀lú tó ń lọ láyé. Mo ní gbogbo èyí tí ẹ ń lo fídíò wa, mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, wọ́n ní ká máa sọ fún yín pé for every time you are using our video, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ credit ẹ pẹ̀lú logo wa àti logo pé iléeṣẹ́ yìí ló ní fídíò tẹ́ ń lò yìí, torí pé èyí tí management sọ kó tó di pé a máa já fídíò yín wálẹ̀, kó má di pé máa ní arákùnrin yìí ò dẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa, ò bá sọ fún wa. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ nísìn pé à ń sọ léraléra pé gbogbo ibi tí fídíò wa bá wà tẹ́ ti ń lò, ibikíbi tẹ́ bá ti yọ lára fídíò wa, it is important that you credit it to Koikimedia. We are not employed wa, so ó wà important pé kẹ́ sọ fáwọn tó ń lo fídíò wa. It's not a must to use it. Tẹ́ bá lò, it's fine. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ lò, kò make any difference fáwa, because this is an organization that is working 7 days a week, back to back, So mo kí ẹ̀yin yẹn wá. Kíkí mi lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa, the Emeritus Professor Adebanji Akitoye, tí a fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ dárúkọ kọ́lọ́mbẹ Elédùmarè, at 90, working day and night, pé kí ìran Yorùbá kó lè dá dúró. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ bàbá Akitoye. Kọ́lọ́njẹ́ arí bàbá pẹ́, kọ́lọ́njẹ́ kí bàbá kẹ́mi ọlá kó gùn. Bí a ti ṣe ń kí the Emeritus himself, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni à ń kí the only generalismo ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹni tí ó dúró ti ìran ẹ̀ at the appropriate time. Torí àsìkò ní gbogbo nǹkan, we are all gonna die one day. So n tó lúkálukú wa bá ṣe náà la máa fi rántí wa. So mo kí olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Sunday Ìgbòho ọmọ Aládìkún, mo kí ẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí the YSDM, mo kí all the groups that are working láti lè jẹ́ kí consciousness of the Yoruba people kó wà lẹ́mìí àtẹni tó fẹ́ àtẹni tó fẹ́. Nígbà tá a bá tẹ wà láyé nísìn tá à ń gbọ́ pé ọba ń wàjà after many years on the throne, à ń gbọ́ pé politician ti kú, à ń gbọ́ pé ọmọ kékeré kú, àgbàlagbà kú. So it is not surprising that kò ṣe gbogbo èèyàn náà ni ó nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìran ẹ̀. Many people are selfish even after knowing the truth. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní òtítọ́ ló máa gbé ní lékè. A ní a fẹ́ dá dúró, a fẹ́ gba independent. Àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ election, àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ individuals. Bí ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé individual tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, they will be here forever. Nobody is going to be here forever. We are only here for a very limited time. Àsìkò tá wá ní tá máa fi wà láyé, tí a bá ṣọ́ra, we might lose everything. Torí àwọn tí wọ́n pera wọn ní land grabbers, àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó di tiwọn, àwọn tí wọ́n believe pé the Yoruba people are stupid and they will do everything to take our land. Oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà ló ń gbà tí wọ́n fi mú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó sọ di tiwọn. So tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ táwa ń pariwo nísìn, is because we are worried and we are concerned. And we will continue to speak out against these issues. So mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tí ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa on all the platforms tẹ́ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa. My name again is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Mo tún fẹ́ connect ọ̀rọ̀ intambabo with what is happening presently, as we know in the world of today. A lot is happening and a lot is also developing globally. Tẹ́ bá wo àkọlé tí a kọ síta lé aago 4:00 ló lù láti iléeṣẹ́ wa, ẹ rí pé ẹ máa rí àwòrán arákùnrin tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ dáadáa tó ń pè ní Donald Trump at the background. Gbogbo wa náà la mọ̀ ẹni tó ń pè ní Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the 47th US president presently, age 79, born June 14, 1946. Òun ni a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Lánàá, a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, tí has updated as at last night ká tó lọ sùn lọ́dọ̀ tiwa ní Africa. There are now approximately over 220 members of parliament, MP in the United Kingdom, that have now asked the UK Prime Minister. This is just an update from the broadcast Ashilano. As at yesterday, it was 100 MPs that are asking the UK Prime Minister to recognize a Palestinian independent country, even though the British government believes that Palestinian has the right to self-determination, just like we have said it many times that our right to self-determination is not a crime. It does not matter ẹni tó fẹ́ àti ẹni tó fẹ́. Eléyìí ò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú government. It is an indigenous right, and we are going to exhaust it all to the day the Yoruba nation must be declared. 220 members of parliament, according to the BBC website, call for Keir Starmer to recognize a Palestinian state. What does that mean? Mushalaye and in a broadcast lano. If you have not watched it, you need to go and look for the broadcast and get the message from it. So this is just a quick update. More than a third of the members of parliament have signed a letter to Sir Keir Starmer calling for the United Kingdom. Donald Trump in Scotland as I speak to you right now. He has arrived into United Kingdom, but United Kingdom is divided into 3 different parts. One of it is Scotland. One is flag it one is currency one is all the things that makes them an almost independent country. But the only difference is what you are within the United Kingdom. I'll be explaining that when we touch into Donald Trump visit. Why is the visit? Donald Trump saw. So don't go yet. Stay back so that you can enjoy the broadcast. 220 members of parliament from 9 political parties. 220 people have backed the call. More than half of them are Labour Party, to get the current government in power, arguing that the United Kingdom recognition will send a powerful message and a vital step towards a 2-state solution. Would that happen? Would that happen? In J.M.A. Shelley is a question that in the lips of many people around the world, because yesterday there was something I touched on, but I didn't expand it properly. One the Balfour Declaration of 1917 during the World War I. This declaration was a public statement. So declaration has not been something to babara. It is how the process of that declaration will take place, and whether people recognize it or not. But there are many processes before a declaration. Baba Akintoye, like I said, have all the right as the national leader of the Yoruba nation to declare Yoruba nation at the appropriate time when he feels he can do it without any hesitation. Torí pé Baba Akintoye kọ́ ló máa jẹ́ the first person to declare. It has been done before, and history told us that in 1917, that is about approximately 3 years after Nigeria was created by Britain. The British government has always been involved in many problems. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé lénìí, ọwọ́ Britain ló wà nínú ẹ̀. I have told you that many times. The Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the World War I, expressing the support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. It was a letter from Otto Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary, as at the time, just like the current one is David Lammy. Don't suffer Yoruba. Torí kò bẹ́ mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé kẹ́ lọ dúró fún 50 years kó tó di pé ẹ máa rí ayé ìdígi gbé. So then it was Otto Balfour, the British Foreign Secretary, to Lord Rothschild, a leader in the British Jewish community. The declaration is a key historical document with far-reaching consequences for the region and continue to be a source of debate and controversy. Just to give you a breakdown, in context, the declaration was made during a World War I when the Ottoman Empire, which controlled Palestinian, was collapsing. So country collapse. Collapse. We have told you. So ìwọ tó ń fi ẹ̀mí ẹ pé Nigeria will collapse is because you don't understand what history is talking about. If you understand it, you will know that country collapse and Nigeria is not one that is not going to collapse as well. Nigeria would also eventually collapse. How soon, how quick it will collapse is what many of us are waiting for. Some of us that believe in the collapse are not worried because I'm a Bumawayi. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ tí gbàgbọ́ tẹ́mi yín ṣì wà under ó máa lọ kò ní lọ, ẹ̀yin ni ẹ wà worried because it is not the first time in the history of mankind that country collapsed. Yugoslavia collapsed, Soviet Union collapsed. Many countries have emerged in the last 10 years as independent countries. So Yoruba will go. We just have to be determined and be ready for the consequences, especially to defend the blood, to defend our land with our blood, no matter what. Torí pé those I want to pay interest lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn, they will make sure that they also do everything to make sure that it doesn't collapse. So if you are out there, tó bá wà níta níbẹ̀ tó ń sọ pé Nigeria will collapse, I am telling you again this morning at 4:41 a.m. Ottoman Empire that was controlling Palestinian was collapsing according to the details we are explaining here. But the key phrase in the declaration was His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestinian of a national home for the Jewish people. Intent, kí ni àníyàn. The declaration aimed to gain support for allied cause among the Jewish communities worldwide, particularly in the United States, and to solidify British influence in the Middle East after the war. In part, the declaration became a cornerstone of the Zionist movement as was later incorporated into the British mandate for Palestinian. Controversy. The declaration has been criticized for its implication for the Palestinian population, who were the majority in the Palestinian at the time. Long-term consequences. The Balfour Declaration is seen by many as a pivotal moment in the Israel-Palestinian conflict, leading to the establishment of the State of Israel and the ongoing tension in the region. So, just to explain it, fáwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ àlàyé yẹn dáadáa, gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Israel-Palestinian today, ó lọ́wọ́ British nínú. Gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà lénìí, ó lọ́wọ́ British nínú. So you can see that the agenda is always real. But that is not where I want to go this morning. I'm just giving us an update. So I'm going to move swiftly back to where I want us to be this morning. I say good morning and welcome. Once again, Donald Trump has finally arrived. We have decided on our platform, because we are cleaning up our pages and we will not be using anybody's video, whether it is coming from any source for now, because the review that we are working on our pages. So we will stick to just explaining things and showing you the paper review of what I'm going to be talking about, rather than playing the video. And to buy a video between Donald Trump to Sorrow, you can go on Google and type it there and you will find it. But for now, we will try as much as possible not to use many videos on our channel. And that's why most of the time low video, please credit it. Otherwise, leave the video alone and let it stay on my page alone. We were doing some review yesterday, and most of my video now, they're telling me a minimum copy video. I'm sure some of you understand what that means. Video. And when I was looking at some of our reviews on our channels, one video, I don't know how that makes sense. How can I do a video and they're telling me that 30-40% of my own video mo copy a lot of me? So anytime the video me, we're just giving you the warning ahead. If you are not going to listen to us, the management of Koikimedia will take drastic actions moving forward. But for now, we're reviewing it and we ask you to still use it, but I feel credit to Koikimedia, because I call any video here. I cannot be sitting down and my staff are working back to back and then on my long copy video. I did a video at the Nigerian High Commission and somebody have used that video, and now YouTube is telling me that 30% of that video does not belong to me. I've used somebody's video, even though a minimum video. So it's just warning ahead. That's why we are telling you, and I've been told all the time on my broadcast by my management to keep mentioning these. We cannot do a video and we are told that we are copying that video. It doesn't add up. Go add up, brother. So let's continue with the broadcast. Donald Trump, like I said, is currently in Scotland. It is not an official visit. It has to do with business interest. But Omalan Fanatiri, the UK Prime Minister, I wish I was in London. I will have catch up with him if he will be making it to London on Monday, or the Prime Minister will be in Scotland. I don't know what the itinerary is, but so far, I know that Anwati Prime Minister Omari Ranijo Monday. He arrived yesterday with the crowd waving at him in Scotland. But the visit of Donald Trump to the United Kingdom, if you're not aware, the UK is divided into 3 or 4. UK is divided. UK. I want us to understand something quickly around when we talk about United Kingdom. Because we're already recording, but we will appreciate everyone before the end of the broadcast. When we talk about the United Kingdom, ẹlòmíì tó kàn máa ń gbọ́ ni pé London, wọ́n náà lọ sí London. London is a city, just like Lagos State is a city. Akure is a city. But ìlú yẹn gangan ló ń pè ní United Kingdom. United Kingdom. But United Kingdom yẹn ó pín sọ́nà mẹ́rin. Ọ̀nà mẹ́rin ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló pín sí. And according to information, it is divided into England. England níbi tèmi ń gbé. So each time I say I am coming from London, London is just the capital city, but England is what you will use. Ẹlòmíà ní I am going to the UK, but Scotland ni mò ń lọ. Scotland ni the late MK Abiola ti kàwé, a very brilliant student at the University of Glasgow. I had the privilege to visit that university in one of my visits to Scotland a couple of years ago. Wales is another part of the United Kingdom. Wales níbi tí our current YSDM Europe diaspora deputy chairman fún Babakitoye Kayode Emola Ibelimi àti Dr. Oloye Omadeyemo ta lọ ní October last year when Oloye Igboho tó wá sí UK. Then there's another part called the Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland was also part of where myself and Oloye Igboho ta visit. So she organized small birthday for him as well. So, tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa UK, tó bá mọ̀ lẹ́ni tẹ́ bá gbọ́rí, ẹ má picture London as the whole of the UK. You take it as England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Ìlú mẹ́rin. Each of these are having their own parliament, debating and deliberating how àwọn aráàlú wọn they will live, succeed, and make sure that they are protected against immigrants, because immigration ni ibi tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láàárọ̀ yìí. Àwọn àjòjì. Àwa náà ní wọn lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, but the only difference is that we don't know who they are because they are coming in and nobody is checkmaking them, and they're calling themselves Nigerians, even though I won't talk about Nigeria. They are not Nigerians. Nigeria, it has agenda against the Yoruba people. So nínú UK yẹn, lára bí tí UK òun ni Scotland tí Donald Trump has arrived last night, and that is the reason why we are having this broadcast this morning. So Moki I say good morning and welcome once again. Now, to move swiftly, these 4 countries, because they are countries, they are being operated as what we can call Tobafilogba football lady nisin. Ìlú mẹ́rin ló máa lọ represent UK. You can see the fraud, and you can start asking yourself, why is this like this? That is because the UK is presented it in a way that when you look at all these, you ask many questions, and some of those questions you probably would never get an answer to it anyway. But I'm just trying to see how we can explain it to our audience. How we can explain it. Scotland have their own identity. I think that is how I can explain it. Wales have their own identity. England, our English, they have their own identity. And all these identities are all different from each other. They have their own parliament. Identity. I'm just trying to say what they say is yougov.co.uk. How strong are regional identities in Britain? Nearly half of the Northeasterns have a very strong attachment to their region. Through this is true of just 11%. Like all large countries, Britain is divided into regions. However, a key difference with countries like Germany or Canada is that these regions aren't at all uniform, don't hold the same history, or even serve the same purpose. Scotland and Wales are long-established countries with powerful, devolved institutions, while some may feel that the East Midlands is little more than a collection of countries for statistics purposes. So do Britons actually feel attached to these regions? Perhaps, unsurprisingly, the answer depends on where you are. Nearly half of those who live in the Northeast, about 48%, say they have a very strong attachment to the region, a strength of identity similar to that found in Wales, where 49% have a very strong attachment to their country. Kíkọ sáré ṣàlàyé àárín yẹn fún wa. Just like báwa náà ṣe ń sọ pé we are attached more to Yoruba than attached to the Igbos, the Hausas, the Ijaws. Does not mean that they are not humans, but they are having more to take our land because of many things that is happening that we can see. We can see they're talking about Ruga. Wọ́n ní kó fún wọn nílẹ̀, kó fi máa dá màálù. Àwọn kan ra ilẹ̀ because wọ́n fẹ́ fira wọn become a dominant in Yoruba land. Ìyẹn àwọn Igbo, we know that. This is true less than 61% of the Scots who have such an attachment to their country. The Scottish doesn't have any interest in the English people. Does not mean that they cannot be friends. They cannot marry each other. But they are worried and concerned about their land and their own identity. And that's why the Scottish people are saying that they want to exit the union called United Kingdom. Roughly 4 in 10 Londoners, 38% feel a very strong attachment to the capital. While, so if you think that the Igbos have any attachment to Yoruba land, they don't have any attachment to Yoruba land. They're not interested in Yoruba land, but they are more interested in the land itself. So if you think that they have any interest in Ondo State, no, they're not interested, but they are interested in taking the land because it becomes part of their own. And that is why we are saying to those that are still believing in one Nigeria that let us quickly take our Yoruba country. If they are not interested, they have the right to return back to their base where not. So I don't want to dive too much in this because I will be explaining further, but let's quickly go back to the real conversation, which is Donald Trump arriving into Scotland. A very good morning once again. Donald Trump is someone that speaks his mind, just like I do on my platform all the time, without mixing words. Trump has now issues warning to the leaders as he arrives in Scotland, according to the headline coming from the Sky news. After touching down at the Prestwick Airport, the US president spoke about a wide range of topics, including illegal immigration. That is the one I want us to stick to. Illegal immigration. Kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní illegal immigration? Ìyẹn kọ́kọ́ jí nísìn, á jí láti Sahel, á dí láti Mali, á wá wò títí pé ibo ló dá kóhun lọ, wá wá sọ fún pé ibì kan wà tó ń pè ní southwest of Nigeria. Ṣórí àwọn yẹn ti sùn, wọn ò mọ tó fẹ́. Wọ́n ń jà fún politics, ẹ lọ́bẹ̀, ẹ lọ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. Ẹni tó wà nílẹ̀ Ìgbò á jí láàárọ̀ yìí nísìn, á máa ronú pé ibo lòun máa lọ o. Wá ní kó máa bọ̀ ní southwest. Illegal immigration. Should we be concerned or should we ignore it? Kò kàn mí, gbogbo wa ló máa kàn níjọ́ kan. Like I said, my broadcast now has been directed by my wives, my mom. Just do your broadcast. Kò ní dariwo mọ́. Tó bá yá gbogbo wa, á dìde, á jà fẹ́tọ̀ wa. I will continue to just educate you. I don't have to shout. I don't have to scream. I will do my best. But it's entirely up to everybody to wake up. If not, gbogbo tó ń pè nílẹ̀ Yorùbá will no longer be yours. Á di tàwọn àjòjì wọ̀nyí lọ́wọ́. So it's either we all wake up together. Thank you so much, Safety Domain, for the super chat. And thank you so much for those of you that have joined the broadcast as well. We love you. We appreciate everyone on the platform. Baba Simon says, total ultimate full reform and inevitable mandatory self-preservation. I don't know why Tomo Yoruba Mama no one fair Yoruba country. Today I'm going to like you. I pity a lot of us that are still in that bracket. Mukinle Nkosi, brother, Safety Domain. Let's go quickly because there's still a lot I want to cover in this area and I don't want to lose. So my focus, there are many things to do not Trump but I will stick. And I don't want to play his video or any of his video, but I'm going to just, do the presentation. Donald Trump has landed in Scotland for a 4-day trip, including high-level meetings, praising Sir Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, as a good man, but calling illegal migration a horrible invasion that is killing Europe. I want you to take note of that word. Ma try láti ṣe àyàngbé fún ẹ ní Yorùbá bó ṣe lè yé mi. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ máa ní Koiki tí bá send audio mi síta ẹ gbọ́ English tí mò ń sọ. Well, mò ń gbìyànjú tó pọ̀ láti máa sọ èdè Yorùbá kó lè yé yín. So, ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá mọ̀ tán ń pè ní horrible, ẹ bá mi fi sí comment section. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá mọ̀ tán ń pè ní invasion ní èdè Yorùbá, ẹ bá mi fi sí. But mo fẹ́ ka wo bíbá dáadáa. Donald Trump ń sọ fún gbogbo àwọn European leaders bó ṣe ń wọlé sí Scotland pé ẹ fi iná sórí ìkílẹ̀ máa ń pè ẹ bá parí ẹ̀. À ń sùn ẹlòmíà ní àná òun kọ́lé sí Nàìjíríà kò sí nílé o. Ó wà labroad, ó kọ́lé, ó ń send owó sílé. Ó dẹ̀ ń gbàdúrà pé ní ìjọ́ kan òun máa dé wá bá ilé yẹn. Ẹni tó wà nílé ìyẹn wá bó ṣe máa jápa, a wá fẹ́ fi ilẹ̀ wa fún àwọn àjòjì kó máa bá wa manage. Òrùlé ẹ ṣé gan ni. À ń finá sí orí òrùlé sùn. A lọ sùn, a wá tọná sórí. I pity Yoruba people. Bá àṣà ìyá wa tí àwọn Fúlàní jí gbé. When I pity Yoruba people. Ṣé látẹ̀ ń ṣe bí wà pé ẹlòmíì tẹ̀ ń wò pé tá à ń ṣe pé kí ni wàhálà tẹ̀ ń ṣe? Kí ni wàhálà tẹ̀ ń ṣe? Ẹlòmíì wò pé bóyá monetary interest tó wà nínú ẹ̀ la ṣe ń ṣe ẹlòmíín wo pé bí akọ́ba kaba jẹ́ èèyàn kaba mọ̀ wá. Donald Trump ń sọ fún àwọn Europe pé sórí yín pé ṣe mọ̀ tẹ́ ń ṣe àwọn illegal ń wọlé wọ́n wọlé irú àwọn èèyàn wo làwọn tó ń wọlé yẹn ìjẹ́ mọ̀ wọn nínú ẹ̀ fídíò fáì wà nínú ẹ̀ ẹni máa bá ọmọ kékeré ẹ̀yàn àwọn yẹn ò kíá. Mo wo fíìmù kan lánàá Trigger lórúkọ fíìmù yẹn lórí Netflix ó ṣẹ̀ jáde ni mo ti wò tán series ni arábìnrin kan wá lọ ó fẹ́ lọ fix nǹkan kan nínú ilé arákùnrin kan farabalẹ̀ kẹgbọ́n tí mò ń sọ yìí à ń finá sí orí òrùlé àbí ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa Gani Olóyèdé àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké wà ládùúgbò àmọ́rú èèyàn tí ó wọlé kò dẹ̀ sí pé àmọ́rú èèyàn gbogbo náà láti mọ̀ nísìn kò ń ṣe àṣemọ́ máa ṣàlàyé yẹn arábìnrin yẹn wá wọlé ó ń fíksì bí ó wá fíksì fíltà nínú kíchìn ẹni yẹn ni ọkùnrin nìyẹn tó bá nínú ilé ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ara obìnrin wà sensitive gbogbo ara obìnrin ló wà sensitive bọ́bìnrin yẹn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ arákùnrin yẹn wo bèbè díẹ̀ woman yẹn notice pé nígbà tó gbẹ̀yìn pé ó náà pé lè ń wo bèbè dé òun arákùnrin yẹn ó ọ̀fẹ́ ní drink ó náà wọ́n fẹ́ in táwọn tẹ̀ ṣe ní àwọ̀ ọ̀tẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà tó bá ní repentant Boko Haram níbo ni repentant Boko Haram yẹn sùn ǹjẹ́ tẹ̀ jíníjọ́ kan kẹtẹ̀ ronú pé repentant Boko Haram tán náà fi sílẹ̀ yẹn ṣé wà láàrin pàtí tẹ̀ ń ṣe lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ hotel tó lè ju gbà ọ́ síbẹ̀ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ kó jóná ǹjẹ́ tẹ̀ ń ronú síbẹ̀ àbákọ assume pé wọ́n ti repent wọ́n dẹ̀ ti lọ nìyẹn gbogbo alárin tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní St. Francis Church gbogbo apáta lárí láìpẹ́ yìí kò sẹ́ni tó máa nóhùn rí everybody saw it. The question is àwọn tí ìjọba ń fi sílẹ̀ pé wọ́n ti fi Kùránì búra páwọn ní ṣerú ẹ̀ mọ́ ìwọ tó ń kọ́lé sí Nàìjíríà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ǹjẹ́ ọmọ bí tẹ́nìyẹn wà ṣó mọ̀ bóyá ìgbélé ẹ̀ ló ń gbé we don't know later kí n má fọ̀rọ̀ gùn nínú movie yẹn just a brief woman yẹn sense pé ní ẹsẹ̀ arákùnrin yẹn ó ní ankle tó ń pè ní irú ẹ̀ lọ fi sí ó wà lẹ́sẹ̀ Dezani Alison Madueke ní London báyìí wọ́n bíbá bẹ́ẹ̀ dá kó jáde nínú ilé ẹ̀ ní time báyìí ó dago 6 láàárọ̀ kó tó lè jáde wọ́n pè ní electronic tag ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ so kíkọ fi wọ̀nyí ní quickly ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò wá ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ because I see a lot of people that comment and it's good when you don't know things you ask electronic tag ló ń pè wọ́n máa ń fi sẹ́sẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn tó bá jẹ́ ọ̀daràn tó ń monitor so just for the mo ń bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ sáré fi wọ̀nyí tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá lórí studio ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram ẹ̀ lè rí tí mo fi wọ̀n but I might show you but if otherwise you can just so it's called electronic tag. 100 years from today Nigeria ò lè dé stage yẹn òun lè wò yẹn and I believe my brother Ayomikun says in America we call it ankle monitor. Bí arábìnrin yẹn ṣe sẹ́ǹsì electronic tag lẹ́sẹ̀ nìyẹn ó mọ̀ dájú pé eléyìí tó wá bá mi léyìí ọ̀daràn paraku gidi ni but late ṣe mọ̀ pé bíyàn bá wọn ní ọmọdé ò débi tí ẹ̀rù wà lẹ̀rù ò bá, bó bá débi tí ẹ̀rù wà wọn ẹni tí Ṣàngó bá tojú ẹ̀ wọlẹ̀ kò ní bá wọn bú ọba Olúkòso. Grandma mi kan tẹ̀ ní Yorùbá mi ti ń da díẹ̀díẹ̀, àdúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Nígbà tó notice electronic tag yẹn, ó realize pé ṣé lè yóò ní ṣe jàmbá, kò tí mọ̀ rú nǹkan tó ṣe o, because people that put on electronic tags oríṣiríṣi offence ni. Èyí tí Alice Madueke tó ṣe fi sí lẹ́sẹ̀ ní sí pé kó má bàa sá lọ, kó lè bá monitor ẹ̀, ó gbọ́dọ̀ máa sùn nínú ilé yẹn. Tó bá jáde nínú ilé ẹ̀ nísìn, electronic tag yẹn máa send the signal padà sí police station tó wà nearest to her. Arákùnrin ti dẹni tí ẹ mọ̀ bí mo ṣe sọ, ó ti fẹ́ súnmọ́ arábìnrin yẹn, ẹ mọ̀ definitely kí la mọ̀ tó máa ṣe, gbogbo náà ni àmọ́ orúkọ tó lè ṣe. But luckily bó ṣe fẹ́ gbéra pé kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ grabbing ẹ̀, àwọn ọlọ́pàá kan lẹ̀kùn. Báwọn ọlọ́pàá ṣe kan lẹ̀kùn, méjì ni wọ́n. Ṣé mo kò definitely tension yẹn ó wálẹ̀ nínú ilé. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn ní ìdí táwọn ṣe wá ni pé wọ́n notice pé electronic tag yẹn ó ń read padà sí station. Ìwọ tá à ń sọ fún pé danger nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wà, ó ń bá mi argue. Torí pé gbogbo ẹni tí Buhari àti Tinubu ní kó release kò sí electronic tag lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn, àmọ́ bí tó wà. That means each one of you are living in danger. And you understand what it means that a future Yoruba government will work on this kind of technology. But in Nigeria, kò lè work. So when we talk about illegal immigrants, just to move straight forward, illegal immigrants, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀gọ̀nìbẹ̀ ni ankle monitor. Àwọn máa ń pè ní electronic tags lọ́dọ̀ tiwa ní UK. Ankle monitor ankle monitor ló ń pè ní America, àwọn ń pè ní electronic tag. Ó wà lẹ́sẹ̀ Dezani, Alice Madueke, because she's a flight risk, ó lè sá lọ. But just to end that conversation, arákùnrin ti bí yẹn tí mo ló fẹ́ bá bèbí yẹn sùn nínú movie yẹn, Trigger lórúkọ fíìmù yẹn, ẹni tó bá ní Netflix kó lọ wò. Mo kàn fẹ́ show yín ní ankle tag lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí àti ankle monitor. Nígbà tí woman yẹn padà dénú mọ́tò, ọlọ́pàá méjì, ìkan sì wà nílé, ó ń tà láti wo kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí electronic tag or ankle monitor bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ọlọ́pàá ti kejì yẹn wá lọ bá bèbí yẹn nínú mọ́tò, ó rí pé ó ti gbérí sára tẹ́rìn pé Ọlọ́run yọ mí lénìí. Ó wá ń sọ fún arábìnrin yẹn pé ṣó mọ̀ pé sex offender ni man yẹn. No, yeah. Pé next time kó tó lọ sí ilé èèyàn, lọ kọ́kọ́ confirm ilé tó ń lọ yẹn pé ṣára ẹni tó ń lọ bá yẹn ṣé orúkọ ò sí nínú sex offender. The question I'm trying to put out there is that àwọn oríṣiríṣi mo náà ọmọ Yorùbá náà síbẹ̀, but àwọn oríṣiríṣi tó ń bá wa gbé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí àtẹ̀mọ́ who is who. Ẹni ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ̀wọ́ employ ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ wa di obìnrin, látọbìnrin ó tún wá padà dọkùnrin. That ní process, ní system tó lè verify anything, tó lè check anything. These are the dangers that would affect everybody. Kò ń ṣe Fúlàní kan ló máa pààyàn, Fúlàní ní kọ̀ọ̀kan. In tó máa pààyàn pọ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà. But because we are on serious Yoruba people, àti fàyè wa ti fi ṣe party ká jó ká ṣe fàájì nìkan lámọ̀, àwo future tá ń sọ yìí. And you think that you get a future in Nigeria. So ẹ̀wọ̀n tó máa wá jágbe níbí báyìí, tó bá yá gbogbo wa àgbéralẹ̀ àmọ́ tá máa ṣe. Let's go back to Donald Trump, because I feel lórí broadcasting, if possible, go 1 hour. Kákọ̀ ṣe bárabára kí n bí tẹ̀sùn kí n padà sórí bed. Now, Trump ń sọ fún àwọn European leaders, ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí? Ẹ̀ ń finá sí orí òrùlé tó bá pè nǹkan ní horrible invasion, bó èdè tó lò nìyẹn, ó ní illegal migration is a horrible invasion that is killing Europe. Is that not the same thing tó ń palẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́nu? Illegal invasion. Àwọn wo ló ń wọlé? Níbo ló ń gbà wọlé? Ṣé wọ́n pa àgbẹ̀ wa? Ṣé wọ́n pa economy wa? Àwọn tó ń pa economy wa wọ́n wà. Àwọn tó ń pa wá lóko wọ́n wà. We know them. Igbos are not our friends. We know that. They have their agendas. Everybody has different agendas on Yoruba land. Hausa have agenda on Yoruba land. Fulani has agenda on Yoruba land. Ijaw people have, every one of them have one agenda or the other on Yoruba land. How do we stop it so that we would accept some of them, while some of them we would chuck them out like Donald Trump is doing right now? Mo video con, I've been awake since 3 o'clock. And on America, and the woman was recording and said, open your face. Why are you taking him off? Let me try to get his phone so that family, what you know, they're picking a lot of people in America now. But right now in America, things are what it is. So what I just want us to understand in this broadcast, in as much as we are talking about migration of Fulani, migration of other indigenous people into Yoruba land that we do not know what is their agenda. But we know the agenda. But we are pretenders as if that they love us in that essence that so let's go swiftly again. Mr. Trump told reporters, I like your prime minister. He's slightly more liberal than I am, but he's a good man. He got a trade deal done. It is good deal for the United Kingdom. In a trade deal. A trade deal with our neighbors, with our countries, with other countries globally. But no shorire in Nigeria. Oh, le shorire in Nigeria because Nigeria already láti jẹ́ kí ìgbéga wà fún ilé ayé is a backward country. The pair are expected to discuss potential changes to the UK-US trade deal, which came into force last month. Donald Trump left the Air Force One to head to Tunbridge, one of his Scottish golf courses. Part of the trip will include the opening of another course in Aberdeenshire, a billed as the greatest 36 hole in golf. Many golf courses. Money privilege láti dé ti Baba Afe Ṣafẹ́ Babalọ́lá ni. Ṣafẹ́ Babalọ́lá ni bàbá yẹn jẹ́. Nígbà tí mo tẹ̀lé àwọn I think it was 2017 when I went to Ondo State. Groups here. But there was a golf course, beautiful one. Imagine, having a Yoruba country, building Yoruba people that can play golf, training them from the youth all the way to international level. There is no place like Tunbridge. It is the best, probably the best course in the world. We can change that narrative. We have the terrain. We have the weather that is better than Scotland. And we can build the best golf course across Ekiti, Wonondo, Jadepadasi, Osun State, because those are, areas where you can build those kind of golf courses. Each Ilua need different things that can be built and make a lot of impact in terms of tourism. Now, another part that I want to touch quickly is the US president touched on illegal immigration and gave European leaders a stark warning. Ìkìlọ̀. Bàbá Akíntóyè fún wa ní ìkìlọ̀ látọdún 5 ẹlòmíì ń sọ déré. Ìkìlọ̀ pé àwọn illegal immigrant tó ń wọlé, they are going to do worst if we do nothing now and we joke with it, which is exactly what we have been doing. We have been joking with it because a lot of us that are meant to be involved, náwọn fi ní kankan ṣe, ẹ̀ ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé láì nígbà kan àwọn ọmọ yín tẹ bí abroad wá ṣeré lọ sílé. I don't understand. Ìyá wa Tolúwaláṣẹ grandma, kọ́lọ́n fọ́run kẹ́ ọmọ wọn Kẹ́hìndé Tolúwaláṣẹ, ó bí sí UK. Ó dágbére Ghana, ó níyàwó, ó lọ́mọ. UK ní base, kò ní any reason láti fẹ́ gbé Nàìjíríà, but ó ní reason láti wá sílé torí pé màmá tó bí ọmọ Yorùbá ni. Ó wá sílé, ó lọ Ghana. Ó lọ bọ́ rẹ̀ ṣe ayẹyẹ. Láti Ghana, ó gbéra, ó lọ Nàìjíríà. Kí ló wá lọ Nàìjíríà? Ṣebí ìlú màmá ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Àmọ́ ìlú màmá ẹ̀ yẹn, ìlú tí kò ní Adé Òjó, but all right, mo ń bọ̀ níbẹ̀ padà. But ibi tó lọ yẹn, ìlú tó lọ yẹn kò ní safety. That is him there, the picture of him when they raised £27,000 to bring his body back to London for burial. He's been buried. Kẹ́hìndé Tolúwaláṣẹ, kọ́lọ́n bá mi fọ̀run kẹ́. I met the wife and the children. But àwọn àjòjì tá gbà sílé ló ṣekú pa wọ́n. He died on Tuesday, 16th of January, 23, I believe was the bomb. I'll double check on that now. About a bomb blast. The Bodija. That was one year after Ibadan explosion. Victims are still crying for justice. Who is going to give them the justice? We should have first protected our people from the invaders. Yeah. Only on the eve of January 16, 2024, the tranquil Bodija neighborhood was shattered by defining explosion that sent tremors through Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The blast originated from a store explosive at a building located at Adeniola Street, claiming 5 lives and left a trail of devastation in its wake. Kẹ́hìndé Tolúwaláṣẹ got caught up. Kẹ́hìndé's life was tragically taken from us due to a bomb explosion that occurred in Ibadan, in Nigeria. This is a British citizen, a British passport holder. Kendley sadly left behind a beautiful wife and beautiful children. The money raised will go towards his repatriation, funeral cost, and most importantly, his beautiful family that he left behind. So they raised £27,000 for him after he died. Kokwena, but don't your family. You are not concerned, so why are you worried? Yoruba nation. You are not worried now. Because of our stupidity. Tangba àlejò táàmù àlejò ọ̀ràn láti gbà sínú ilé. Gbogbo wọn pátá ni o, àti Ìgbò, àti Hausa o, àti Fúlàní o, àlejò ọ̀ràn ní gbogbo wọn. Don't be deceived. Àlejò ọ̀ràn ní gbogbo wọn pátá látòkè délẹ̀. But because of our own hospitality, and that is the headline then. 1 year after Ibadan explosion, our victims cry for justice. Taluma fún any justice. The same victims, you tell them that we want Yoruba nation, then probably some will say, at least Grandma support Yoruba nation. Even after the death of her son, she's still involved, spending her hard-earned money. Oleiti Grandma she for me almost every now and then to support my media. Because the son would have not died if he has listened to the mother. Because the mother told him that he saw it, that he should not go to Nigeria. That's the warning. So I am warning every one of us now that rather. But why nigba Koiki ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn dúró kí ọba sọ̀rọ̀ káwọn pastor sọ̀rọ̀ wòlíì sọ̀rọ̀. Let's go back to Trump before we wrap it up. Mo kàn lọ mú yẹn wá as part of many cases. I can take you back to St. Francis Catholic Church, where we lost. That was also St. Francis Church in Ondo State. We lost people there as well. I'm sure you all remember. Our attack. That was in 2022. Nigerians, our church massacre. Who are the victims? Worshippers at the St. Francis Catholic Church or southwestern Nigeria were celebrating Pentecost earlier this month when suddenly a group of armed men who had been hiding among the congregation opened fire, killing 40, including 4 children. Go quiet now. So why are you worried? Go quiet. Go quiet. You want me to open another one and tell you? Let's go back to Trump quickly before I bring the broadcast to an end. It's just a reminder that if Trump is warning European leaders about why they should defend their land against invaders, I think we should be doing double more than that. The US president touched on illegal immigration and gave European leaders a stark warning, Ikilo. You better get your act together or you are not going to have Europe anymore. I'm sure you know what that means. You better get your act together or you will not have, to change because I have many things open. Let me just close this so that I don't lose plot. You better get your act together. Or ìjọ kan máa wà ẹ ní kankan tó ń jẹ́ Europe country mọ́. Èmi náà wá ń sọ fún gbogbo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá o. We better get our act together. Or we are not going to have Yoruba land again. Taba act. Taba ṣe gbogbo ìgbìyànjú nísìn. A fẹ́ dolówó, a fẹ́ bímọ, a fẹ́ ṣèyàwó, a fẹ́ kọ́lé, a fẹ́ ra mọ́tò. Gbogbo yẹn ló dáa. But Taba get our act together, those illegal immigration and those illegal migrant rather, wọ́n ní jẹ́ ká rí life gbé o. And I hope you understand what that means. Only but you are allowing it to happen to your countries. And tolerate it pé kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìlú yín, kí ló dé? Just like báwa náà ṣe ń tolerate it. The amount of truck I met heading into Ogbomoso, I doubt that out of the 500 trucks, only 10 of them will be genuine intention on Yoruba land. Gbogbo ìtókù pátá, only God knows what they are moving from point A to B in disguise. Èyí tó tẹ̀ sọ pé epo lọ́rọ̀ sínú ẹ̀, ó lè jẹ́ nǹkan mi lọ kó sínú ẹ̀. Tìbí tó bá débi tó máa lọ wá ṣìkàlẹ̀ fún wọn, wá kún nǹkan tó wà nínú ẹ̀. You think it's a one-day fight? I can't say we are stupid. All I can say is that we are just too lenient at the gbàgbàkúgbà in the hope that Jésù máa wá gbà wá, Ànábì máa wá gbà wá, irúmọlẹ̀ máa gbà wá. A gbọ́dọ̀ gbára wa o. Trump says, and I quote again before I end the broadcast, the US president touched on illegal immigration and gave European leaders a stark warning. Ó warn wọn. Ó fún wọn ní warning. And what is the warning? Ẹ ń fi iná sórí òrùlé sùn. You don't know who is who. And where we are shouting that irú ẹ̀ má ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa, but ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ already. We can feel it. We can see it. You better get your act together, or you're not going to have Europe anymore. You got to get your act together, he said. Lẹ́ẹ̀mejì. You better get your act together, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá. If not, you will not have a Yoruba land again. Gbogbo wọn pátá, their interest is on Yoruba land. Bó ṣe máa gbà lọ́wọ́ wa, in disguise of many things. Dangote kọ́ refinery, kí ló ń kọ́ fún? Kò ṣe kọ́ sílẹ̀ Haúsá. Ó fi kọ́ sí Port Ogun State. What is the purpose? To dominate Yoruba land. Àwọn invest sí Lagos State. Ẹ lọ invest sí ìlú yín Anambra now, Lenugun. Why Lagos State? Why not take it to Inewi? Why invest in Lagos State? It's all disguise to take your land and dominate you. Especially táwọn bá ní ilẹ̀ tó dá tó ti wá. Uncover property Èkó, cover property Ondo, cover property Sike. Why? Ẹ lọ kọ́ sílùú yín. If we don't act together, tó ń bá mi jà, èmi ló ń bá jà. Ó ń bá bàbá Akíntóyè jà, ó ń bá Ìgbòho jà. When the French has fallen, even the president of France bodyguard is from Arab. When àwọn Arab ti gba gbogbo French tán pátá. Àwọn Britico mọ full-blooded, half-blooded, non-blooded immigrant. My national insurance number in the UK, toffing your tax lọ́wọ́ mi, only code lẹ́yìn. Everybody that have that also knows what I'm talking about. That code has been linked all the way down to my children, even with my children having a British passport. Because one more way, immigrant lèmi àtọ̀húnrìn wá lèmi. Mo wá claim right nílùú àwọn ni mo fi bí àwọn ọmọ tí mo sọ pé wọ́n ní British passport. So what ti link gbogbo wa papọ̀? So tó bá dọjọ́ wájú nísìn táwọn ọmọ mi bá ń fi máa sọ wá. Ẹ lóòótọ́ gbé British passport dání, ṣe English ni ẹni, ó ń ṣe English now. A ní òun sọ English, yín kọ́ là ń sọ real identity ẹ, ọmọ bàbá ta ni wọ́. They will challenge my son, they will challenge your daughters. So wọ́n tó ń wò mí tó ń ní kò kún ẹ, ìyẹn ló ṣe ń búlẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ yín níbi iṣẹ́ l'Amẹ́ríkà, ní Canada. Lóòótọ́ wọ́n gbé Canadian passport dání sọ́wọ́, but they keep bullying them. Pété wá. Tó bá fi mọ̀ wá lọ fa fáìlì jáde ní data wà, àwọn là ní database. Nígbà tí wọ́n ti gba data tèmi, wọ́n ti bí ṣe ń bímọ lọ́n link ẹ̀ mọ́, pé ìwọ ló lọ́mọ. So kí ló wá kù? Ó yá. Tani bàbá ẹ̀ ó dé London in 1998. Ó bí wọ́n níjọ́ báyìí. Ó kì í ṣọmọ ìlú yìí náà. Identity ẹ̀ kò kì í ṣe full-blooded. Half-blooded ni ẹ́. Because bàbá tó bí ẹ, ó níbi tó ti wá. Ibi tí bàbá ẹ̀ ti wá nísìn lọ ti gbà mọ́ lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Àwa ń sùn, à ń jí, à ń ṣe pé kò kàn wá. I'm not going to curse and do anything. I'm just going to do my broadcast. If you like, listen. If you like, don't listen. Gbogbo wa la máa jẹ breakfast. Ó máa pín mí náà àwọn mi tó wà lábúrò, ó máa kàn wọ́n. They will bully them. But tí ta bá nílẹ̀ tiwa, ṣìbá àwọn ọmọ mi á rí ibi padà sílé sí. Wá rí ilé padà sí. Wá rí ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn. Wá rí padà sí. But nígbà tí a bá jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ bàbá wọn wà tó fi padà sí, ìwọ tó wà nílé náà nísìn tó lè jápa, a ní ká gba country kí a lè ní breathing space. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, you're right. Girl tó bully. Ẹ rántí, bẹ́ẹ̀ni, you're right, my brother. Wọ́n rán mi létí pé ọmọ Britico, the lady that was bullied, let me see if I can bring that up. Lady bullied in UK Army. What bully ẹ̀ pa? What bully ẹ̀ pa? Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ fẹ́ bọ́. Black girl. Kò lè kan wọ́ because ṣẹ́rí ẹ̀yin ọmọ reason tí ilé ń dùn àwa diaspora because ṣẹ́rí ẹ̀yin tẹ́tẹ̀ wá ń lé ẹ̀yin kan lẹ́yìn kó dùn jù bọ̀ kò dùn yìí bí wọn náà ṣe fẹ́ jápa ló ń wá. Ọmọ tó ń sọ yẹn lélẹ̀ mo ti lọ mú picture jáde. Ọmọ tí girl tá ń sọ yẹn because there's evidence. À ń ṣe ìyàwó fáwọn ọmọ labroad wọn ò ní rí lédè sí. Tó bá rí lédè sí àmọ́rù ìjàmbá tó lè ṣe wọ́n because the system is not ready to protect. Girl yẹn lẹ̀ ń wọ̀ yẹn. Army racism apology to the black postal girl soldier. Fine, Dada. A black female soldier who fronted British Army recruitment campaign has spoken for the first time about how years of racist abuse and bullying made her life while serving a living hell. Ofilo UK, máa lọ, bye. Ofilo America, máa lọ now, bye. Ta ló dì ẹ́ mú? Obabi Mason, and then so what? She's only 33 years old. Out of her life, what if he a yes in living hell? Could it? One sọ̀rọ̀ pé pastor kan sọ pé tó bá kú wá lọ sí hell. Hell gangan nílé ayé. Hell wà ní Britain. Èèyàn gbé British passport dání kò mú anything. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó ṣe first helicopter combat pilot torí lọ parọ́ tilé. Hell ló fi pa, inú hell ló kú sí. Torí hell ní Nàìjíríà. But kò káwọ́ lára, kò dùn ẹ́, kò wọnú egungun ẹ, kégungun ẹ máa kí ló máa bí ẹ lójoojúmọ́, kò dùn ẹ́ náà, èmi ni kémi máa bínú lójoojúmọ́ fún ẹ. O wà upset, o wà moved. How callous are we? Kerry Annie Knight, 33, took a case to an employment tribunal and accepted a substantial settlement from the Ministry of Defense last month. This was in 2024. She says when a complaint weren't taken seriously, on complaint lójoojúmọ́ wọ́n sọ fún pé gbẹ́nu sọ̀hún níbo ló ti wá. Òfin máa wá claim ẹ̀tọ́ ní UK, ta ni wọ́n mọ́ bàbá, ta ni wọ́n lọ gbé fáìlì jáde, ó rí pé kò ṣóyìnbó. Wọ́n líǹkì fáìlì mọ́ bàbá ẹ̀, bí a Ghana ni bàbá ẹ̀, bí a Nàìjíríà ni bàbá ẹ̀, bí a Côte d'Ivoire ni, bí a lókan ní láfíríkà. Wọ́n á wò pé òfin máa wá rí àwa English jẹ lórí ilẹ̀ wa, irọ́ kò possible. Though the Ministry of Defense settled before the final judgment. Mo ti sọ story yìí rí nígbà tí mo ṣiṣẹ́ ní Linklaters. Tó bá mọ bí tán pè bẹ́ẹ̀, is the second law firm in Europe. Linklaters. I work there in their hospitality. It's a global law firm. Is a global law firm. I just want to show you, great job, well paid, well looked after, because ìlú sí ìlú ló máa ń sign agreement pẹ̀lú. Wá gbé country kan wá àti country kan wá jẹ dinner, wá jẹ lunch, wá jẹ breakfast, wá ṣe wá tọwọ́ bọ̀wé. That's most of their work. They are called the Linklaters. Mo fẹ́ kí broadcast yìí pẹ́, so I got to end it now after this so that we can come back later and do more. There was a case tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Linklaters yìí kémi tó débẹ̀. Wọ́n ní chef yẹn bully ọmọ dúdú yẹn. Ọmọ dúdú yẹn wá gbé wọn lọ sí court. Wọ́n nígbà tó wá dé court, chef yẹn English ni, ó wá ń sọ fún adájọ́ pé ọmọ òun, just like bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe máa ń sọ pé I have married Igbo. Tó bá marry Igbo, kí ni ẹ wá ní ṣe? Ó ní kí Igbo má bully àwa nínú ilé wa. Torí pé ìwọ marry Igbo. Torí pé òun bá Igbo ṣe business. So ìyẹn indicate pé wọ́n ní agenda lórí ilé wa. Àtorí selfish interest wọn nìkan against 60 million people. The judge, ó wá sọ fún judge pé ọmọ tóun bíbí inú òun, ọmọ dúdú náà ló fẹ́. Judge yẹn ní kí ni ẹni ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀? What does that all got to do? Ó ti bully chef kan nínú nílé. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ìwọ mọ̀ yẹn ni, kí ló ń bully ẹ̀ fún nínú ibiṣẹ́? The case like this, in tó máa ń ṣe ni pé máa ń tètè settle it out of the court because ó máa mú bad image. Ṣètìlì tó ń ṣe Africa wà lára àwọn olú tó máa ń join to, tó máa ń kó oríṣiríṣi country to country làwọn èèyàn dín pẹ̀lú. I worked there for a while before I left. Country to country. Oríṣiríṣi deal tó máa ń sign tá a mọ̀ ń pẹ́. Ṣé àtẹ̀tí mo Yorùbá nation gbà yẹn? I'm talking about many years back. Bí àwọn ìgbà tó máa ń wá, àwọn tó máa ń wá yẹn gan, bí àwọn representative Nigeria náà ti wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ti sign oríṣiríṣi tọwọ́bọ̀ kankan. Ìwọ tó jáde tó mọ bí kan ṣe ń lọ, àwọn àjò kan ṣàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ fún ẹ. Òun sọ pé ẹnu mi rún, no problem. Àníri jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. ní àárọ̀ yìí. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ọba Elédùmarè á wà pẹ̀lú wa. Adélèlérí àníṣe lásán. In tí a sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí láàárọ̀ yìí, just another quick brief. Ó ní pé Donald Trump sọ fún àwọn European countries, ìjọ kan máa wà ní Europe mọ́. Only you better get your act together or you are not going to have Europe anymore. Yorùbá táwa náà bá sọ̀rọ̀, you better get your act together. If not, ìjọ kan máa wà ní kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ Koiki, kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀. Okay. But you are allowing it to happen to your countries. You got to stop this horrible invasion that is happening to Europe. Immigration is killing Europe. You got the message now? You don't get the message? Okay. I'll leave it like that this morning. Just to start your Saturday. We'll probably catch up again. Enjoy the rest of the day. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Èmi ni máa yọ Nàìjíríà kúrò lẹ́mí ẹ̀. Torí ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ tó ṣe ń connect mọ́ Nàìjíríà yẹn, máa yọ wá máa béèrè pé kí ló ń pè ní tíyàn kan ládùúgbò ẹ̀ bá bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà wá bàjá gidi bó ṣe máa dùn ẹ́ nìyẹn. Ní Nàìjíríà fò Nàìjíríà tó bá yé mi jẹ́ débi tí mo dé ló sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Ìwọ wá máa bẹ́ nìyẹn pé ṣó mọ tán pé Nàìjíríà. Lọ gbọ́ Koikimedia kó mọ tán pé Nàìjíríà. Wàá rí pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà. Ìlú òfò, ìlú àdánwò. Donald Trump, enjoy your stay in Scotland. Unfortunately, I'm currently in Africa. I would have loved to meet you at least in Downing Street. But the last time you came, I couldn't catch up. But like you know, ọ̀nà àjẹ́ kájọ ríra. Jọ̀lú láwọn béèrè kan tí mo fi bí ẹ́ tàbá ríra. But enjoy your stay in Scotland. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Good morning and God bless Yoruba people. God bless Baba Kitoye for us. God bless each and every one of you. Bye for now. Enjoy the rest of the Saturday and we'll catch up again. Remember to follow, subscribe, and make sure you distribute the video across all your friends and family. Self-determination is an inalienable right, and we will exhaust all that right to determine our fate out of the contraction called Nigeria. Bye for now.